All right, still June 25th, still 2019, still Tuesday. There was an episode 29 of the BuddyCast, the ACMM that I did a while back, and I always ask people to email in if they have suggestions or comments or anything. And Johnny Gold emailed me about it like a while ago, and I hadn't been able to get to it because I've just been fucking busy, including right now. Give me a second. Okay, but so I was finally able to get to the email and respond to it. So if you don't know the context of this, just listen to episode 29. Johnny says, "Hey, hope all is well. Your thoughts on the buddy system are fine. Don't apologize for having a vision, and don't be wishy-washy on your ideas and goals." So it's funny. Like I'm actually really happy I took so long to respond to this because enough time has gone by and there's enough hindsight to the moment that was where not only do I agree with you, Johnny, but I think I'm at a point now where that self doubt is not gone, hasn't completely dissipated, nor do I think it ever will. But it is, oh my god, dude. But the self doubt is far more manageable and lessened, I would say. Like at this point, I'm pretty confident that we'll get successful at this. And by successful, I always say this. By successful, I mean being able to live off of comedy. I think the way the buddy system is going, I think the way the comedy is getting, I think after my trip from Vegas, I'm very, very confident that we can do this. It's just a matter of just pushing and not giving up. There's more he wrote. Okay. You're doing good things. Keep it up. And I love when you said you should tell someone when they bomb. If you're friends with that person, it's easy. If, with that person, it's easy. But if you don't know the person, you come off as a you come off as a cunt. We all do. That's part of the game. I guess when you bomb, if you don't know you bomb, it's very sad, and you have to be real and honest, not appeasing. So I agree again. And that rapport that you built with friends is really important. Like, oh god, there's another message. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that rapport that you build with people is really, really important. Um, I think at this point, so since that podcast, I've been working on being more blunt with people I don't know, I have no connection with, um, because it's just my practice, I guess, if you will. Like if you have nothing to lose with someone that you don't really know, and you can tell when like you're never going to see that person again, or if you do, it's going to be not important to your life. So I've been working on that, and the results of it so far are mixed. People, I mean, for me personally, I'm happy, but there's a lot of people that hate me even more now because of that. I've come to this place now where I think people don't actually want honesty or truth. They want positive reinforcement. Like people say that they want honesty until you're fucking honest with them, and then shit goes awry. But as far as new people coming in, I've definitely been more blunt about it. I'm still keeping feelings in mind with new people when they come in, but I've definitely been like, hey, you bombed, or this is a thing you should probably work on. And I've also been practicing on shortening how I explain stuff to people so I don't have to keep them there for a fucking hour listening to me ramble. Speaking of which, there's more that he wrote. All right. The open mics are for practice. That's it. To find something in you that you're scared of or have always wanted to say but don't. If you have an audience at an open mic, you have to explain to the audience it's an open mic. They will you wait. If you have an audience at an open mic, you have to explain to the audience it's an open mic. They will understand. The Hideaway has nice crowds. I agree. It's a paradox. You want the comics to do well so that people come back to your open mic. But in the end, it's an open mic. You have to let the comics know they can be free and experiment. Once an artist loses that, they become hack and predictable. I love your passion. Keep going, and don't let anyone tell you what you're doing is this or that. It just means they're afraid of themselves. Well, thank you, Johnny. That's very much appreciated. As far as the audience and the craft and the art, I also agree. Um, I think that if I put my stand-up comedy hat on, I agree 100%. I have no qualms. I have no qualms with anything that you said there. But when I put my producer hat on, it makes it more complicated. Like, I think I said it in one of the most recent podcasts I just did today. The separation of art and money. As an artist, absolutely, I support that. As a person that's trying to produce a show and keep the show going and appease the owner, it's a little more difficult. Like when well, this happened a while back, but at the Getaway, when that crazy drunk lesbian girl flipped out and tried to attack Jonathan and subsequently Tony, when all of that happened, the manager comes out and all he sees is the aftermath. He sees crazy people yelling and he sees everything, going awry, but he doesn't see the buildup. It's not like he's sitting there watching the show. And even if he was, it's not like he's a comedian and he doesn't understand how that works. That's something that's super difficult that I wish I could put into better words for people. When it comes to running these shows and producing shows and getting venues to be interested and getting money and all that, it's really fucking hard. And it's not even putting on the shows is hard. It's hard convincing them. Like right now, we're working on, I can't say too much on it because I don't even have that much information on it, but we're working on adding 2 more weekly shows, potentially. So look out, IE Comics. You might have 2 more spots to hit, Fridays and Saturdays. We'll see. We'll keep my fingers crossed. But in trying to get these spots, it's so hard because you have to convince them. And then once you convince them, you have to make sure the shows run well. So as a comedian, Johnny, I agree 100%. As a producer, it's a little more sticky. It's like I want the comics to be able to say what they want to say and do what they want to do. Absolutely. And I do my best to fight for that when dealing with these venues. George does as well. I won't put his situation on blast, but he had to deal with some stuff like that as well of a comic saying something. I wasn't there, but a comic saying something, an audience member interpreting that as racist and telling the venue to not have us back. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know what the comics say or said, but that's a really frustrating position to be in because you're juggling everyone's desires and perspectives, and you have to look at everyone's perspective and not try to make everyone happy, but try to make this all continue to work. So yeah. So Johnny, thank you for the email. It's appreciated. If anyone else is listening and you want to email, just email thebuddysystemco@gmail.com. Leaving the light early, but I don't mind.